Yes, this is actually happening. We are not only gonna rebuild and give away one CBR or two CBRs, but we're gonna give away three CBRs. We're gonna rebuild them and give them away as part of our Season 5 Wreck Bike rebuild. Make sure to hit that like button one time for every CBR that we're gonna give away. Hopefully it'll like, unlike, and like if everything works out. So guys, in today's video, I wanted to clear some things up because I've noticed in the last couple of videos we've posted, granted a lot of them have been about CBRs, clearly. I wanted to make a clarification video because I didn't want everybody to be confused as we move forward into this build season. So in today's video, we're gonna clear up all the stuff about the CBRs. And it's gonna take a minute because it is a crazy set of situations. Now, the obvious answer to the main question is yes, we are going to be rebuilding all three of these wrecked CBRs, turning them into all very unique dream bikes, and then giving them away as part of our Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage Season 5 that we run over on Patreon. If you guys want the chance to win one of these three bikes once we get done building them, you can go to patreon.com/Chaseontwowheels. That is where we fund the show. You actually have the best chance ever in Wreck Bike Rebuild or Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage history to win a motorcycle, because obviously we got three bikes we're giving away instead of the one typically. So if you guys want to go there, I'll have a link for you in the description. But yes, all of these are going to be rebuilt and given away. Now, for you guys that didn't know, we actually started Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage Season 5 with the intentions of only rebuilding the CBR 1000. We actually bought it like 3 or so months ago, and it's just been kind of sitting waiting for the season to start. And something else that kind of happened in that time was we transitioned Wreck Bike Rebuild into Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage, which also transferred, instead of people paying on a per episode amount, they paid a per month amount. So now they're just supporting the entire garage and all the projects that go on in it. The main reason we did that is because we want to keep doing the big rebuilds, but we also want to do little side stuff here and there. And if you do a pay per episode amount, you're kind of incentivized to only just pump episodes out. So it doesn't really open you up to doing anything outside of that. Now, holy hell, was that, it ended up, universe saying that that was the most perfect time to do that. Because had that not happened, had we not moved to that monthly structure, we wouldn't have been able to look, our eyes could not have left this motorcycle. It would have just been, all right, we're gonna rebuild this motorcycle, we're gonna pump episodes out as fast as we can and get this bike rebuilt so we can give it away. But, oh boy, did it not end up like that. So the first part in this crazy set of events is a guy named Louis messaged just about his CBR 300. He said, guys, I was riding my CBR 300 down the road, engine blew up on the highway, it's been sitting at the shop and they're about to start charging me storage fees. If you pay them the 300 bucks that I owe them right now, you can have the bike outright. So with my thought process, I was like, hell, for 300 bucks, we could get another motorcycle to rebuild and give away. And that way I could give away two bikes as part of the season instead of one. It's also a CBR. It also has a blown up engine, so it allows us the opportunity to see what the difference of a CBR 300 engine is versus a CBR 1000. To me, I was like, sweet, no brainer, let's go with this. So clearly, we went and picked up the CBR 300 for 300 bucks. If you guys want to see that video, I'll have a link for it down in the description. But with that, we were like thrown off guard and didn't even expect to have to do that. We were actually filming the build plans video for the CBR 1000 the day before we picked the CBR 300 up. Now, typically what we do with Patreon is Patreon gets a more in-depth video with more information, but the CBR 300 opportunity happened so fast, we didn't even have a chance to like plan out what we wanted the extra content to be. It was literally just like, Chase, go to U-Haul, get a trailer, and meet Louis with the CBR 300. So we didn't even have an opportunity to make like more in-depth content because it happened so fast. It caught us off guard that much. Then, in an absolutely insane turn of events, I hadn't even edited the video of us picking up the CBR 300. Literally, Patreon people did not even know we had a CBR 300. Then, a couple days later, I get a message on my Instagram at C2WPics from a guy named Brandon that says, hey Chase, just heads up, I just low-sided my CBR 600 and I'm curious if you guys would want to buy it off of me. I'm not even shitting you guys. When I read that message, I looked over to my wife and I was like, babe, I'm pretty sure the universe is telling me right now that we're supposed to be building 3 CBRs this season. I mean, let's think about that. What are truly the odds of getting offered 2 CBRs in the same time slot that we were doing a CBR 1000? Just so you guys know, we don't get tons of messages of people wanting, like, offering their motorcycles. We've only gotten like 3 or 4 messages total, and 2 of them are right here. It's kind of crazy. So what ends up happening? The same thing that happened with CBR 300. We now have a new bike coming into the mix. We got to do the pickup video because it's got to happen quickly, and we end up pushing off the build plans of the CBR 1000 video back again. The reason I kept pushing that build plans video back is because I don't want to start down the path of the rebuild process of the main bike, because once I found out that we were gonna have all 3 bikes, I knew that that was probably gonna get a little confusing for you guys, because it's like, wait, what happened to the 1000? Is it now a 300 or what? So I wanted to kind of introduce all 3 motorcycles before we go down that path, because otherwise, if we were into the build process of the CBR 1000 and we just started throwing in random bikes, I felt like that would get a little confusing for you guys. So that's why I was like, we got to rush and get these bikes introduced to everybody so we kind of can all start with an even understanding of, okay, we've got a 1600 and a 300. We're going to have random build videos. You guys are going to see removing the engine of a 300 video, and then maybe the week after that you're going to see the replacing a crankcase cover on a CBR 1000. So you guys can see how this can get confusing. That's why it's so important for us to start with a very clear understanding, which this video I'm looking at as our, okay, we are at the starting line and we're about to start this entire rebuild process from here. So yeah guys, those are our 3 CBRs. Our CBR 300 has around 11,000 miles on it. Our CBR 600 has around 40,000 miles on it. And our big boy, CBR 1000, has around 20,000 miles on it. Now, if you guys are already supporting over on patreon.com/Chaseontwowheels, we are going to be making a Patreon-only video, kind of giving you guys a brief understanding of what our general ideas are for all 3 of these motorcycles. So if you guys are supporting, you guys got some extra content to go check out. In the following weeks, you guys are going to be seeing some build plan videos that me and the guys are going to detail kind of where our head's at and our trajectory that we want for all 3 of these motorcycles. I also want to take this opportunity to kind of reiterate that you guys here on YouTube are going to be getting content from Wrecked Bike Rebuild Garage. You guys are going to be able to follow all 3 of these builds. The only videos that Patreon only is getting are the live streams that the guys and I live stream us working on the motorcycles, and so we're able to interact with people. The build podcast that we kind of, me and the guys talk with and answer questions. And then the longer in-depth videos that's really all of the teaching stuff is the majority of what goes over on Patreon. You guys are going to have the YouTube cut here on YouTube, and that is totally free. You guys can thank the people over on Patreon for supporting to allow that to happen. But I did want to make sure it's clear, YouTube will get build videos. For some reason, there's been a lot of confusion with that, so I wanted to clear that up real quick. So guys, hopefully this video helps clear all the things up. As you guys can see, the garage is almost done now, which, if you guys didn't know, my wife and I were moving at the same time that all the CBR stuff was happening. So on top of things just popping up out of nowhere, we were also trying to move at the same time, which is very hard to do when you work from home because you got a lot of things to deal with. So it's been a little confusing, but we're finally here. This video clears everything up. And how perfect of a time was it to move to that monthly structure on Patreon to be able to take on extra builds? Freaking clutch timing, my guys. So guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because the work is about to get going on all 3 of these motorcycles. We have got some really freaking unique and cool ideas to transform all 3 of those. And we'd love to have you guys follow along. But anyways, I'm Chaseontwowheels, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later. Outro crew. I know we haven't really talked about what we're gonna do to each motorcycle, but let's pretend you had a garage and you had the tools. Which 3 of these CBRs would you personally want as your project bike? Like if I was like, hey, Outro crew, I'll give you guys one of these bikes. We've got a blown up engine, a low side, and a blown up engine. Are you technically able to handle a blown up engine? Or are you more probably like me? And I would personally take the 600 because I know I can fix that. So let me know what you guys would pick in the comments down below. Thanks for getting to the end, and I appreciate you a long time. Later.